Humans who use the death note cannot go to heaven or hell. This rule sounds massive, but in practice it has almost no strategic impact. It exists mainly as psychological weight and thematic flavor, reinforcing Death Note's nihilistic worldview. Since the series never confirms what happens after death anyway, the rule functions more as a moral statement than a gameplay mechanic. It never affects decisions, tactics, or outcomes directly. The Death Note will not affect humans under 780 days old. This rule protects infants and young children, but it never becomes relevant to the plot. Light never considers targeting children, and no major plan or counterplan is built around this limitation. It exists to define boundaries rather than shape strategy. If the cause of death is physically impossible, the victim dies of a heart attack. This is a cleanup rule that prevents loopholes. It ensures the Death Note can't be exploited through impossible scenarios, keeping the system grounded. While useful for consistency, it rarely affects high-level planning or mind games. The Death Note can control a victim's actions for up to 23 days. This rule allows manipulation before death, but with heavy limits. While powerful in theory, it's rarely used to its full potential because overly complex actions risk failure. It's more of a supplementary rule than a core mechanic in the series. A Shinigami can extend a human's life by killing someone else. This rule establishes how Shinigami operate emotionally and morally, but it mostly affects Rem and Yellis, rather than the main strategic conflict. It explains why Shinigami avoid emotional attachment and sets up future consequences, but it's not a rule humans can directly exploit. The Death Note takes effect regardless of distance. This rule is crucial to Kira's global threat. It allows Light to kill anyone, anywhere, at any time, creating fear on a worldwide scale. While simple, this rule is foundational to how Kira becomes a godlike presence rather than a localized killer. Multiple Death Notes can exist in the human world. This rule is key to expanding the battlefield. It allows multiple Kiras, conflicting strategies, and divided loyalties. Without this rule, characters like Misa, Mikami, and Higuchi wouldn't exist as players, and the complexity of the story would collapse. The owner of the Death Note can see and hear their Shinigami. This rule enables information flow, manipulation, and deception. Shinigami provide insight, rules, and psychological pressure. Ryuk's presence, Rem's interference, and Sito's involvement all stem from this rule, making it essential for both plot progression and character dynamics. A human who touches the Death Note can see the Shinigami. This rule creates some of the most pivotal moments in the series. It allows Nier, the task force, and other characters to confirm supernatural elements without ownership. It's a gateway rule. Once someone touches the notebook, the entire game changes. Ownership of the Death Note can be transferred. This rule enables deception at the highest level. Light's memory loss plan, the Yotsuba arc, and the ability to frame or clear suspects all rely on ownership transfer. Without this rule, Light would have been exposed early. A name must be written while thinking of the person's face. This rule prevents mass killings through lists or databases and forces personal intent. It defines the Death Note as a weapon of deliberate judgment rather than automation. Strategically, it protects anonymity and prevents exploitation by institutions or governments. The cause of death can be controlled. This rule transforms the Death Note from a killing tool into a manipulation device. It allows Kira to send messages, influence investigations, and create alibis. Many of Light's greatest plays depend entirely on choosing how someone dies, not just that they die. If the cause of death is not specified, the victim dies of a heart attack. This rule defines Kira's identity. The heart attack becomes a signature, a symbol, and a psychological weapon. It allows the world to recognize Kira's presence instantly and gives Light control over when to hide or reveal his hand. Writing a name in the Death Note guarantees death. This is the foundation of everything. No chance, no defense, no reversal. The certainty of death is what makes the Death Note terrifying, what enables long-term planning, and what allows Light to think like a god. Every strategy, sacrifice, and manipulation in Death Note exists because this rule has no exceptions. If you like this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below what I should explain next.